Other than the hose clamp I dropped that I don't think hit the floor, I think we're done. Well, hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Automotive Insight. Today we've got a 2008 Hyundai Santa Fe. There are two V6 options. This one has the 2.7 liter V6. Customer states they've got a misfire. They want the back 3 coils installed, as they've already installed the 3 fronts, which are the easy ones to do, and spark plugs. So hopefully this fixes it. So let's get into it. All right, so under the hood, we've got an engine cover. This one was missing all the bolts when we got it, but it looks like there are 6 10mm bolts that hold this engine cover on. We've got our new NGKs on the front. The rears appear to be the OEM ones. And obviously the reason that they did that's because, well, this is the hard one to do. So we're going to have to pull this intake off of it and go from there. So let's get started with that. All right, so we'll start by taking this air box off. The hose clamp here is an 8mm. There's a connector here for the mass airflow. We'll take the mass airflow off. Take our airbox clamps off, and we'll take our PCV hose off. All right, so the throttle body's got coolant going through it. I don't want to have to mess around with coolant if I don't have to. So I'm going to take the throttle body off. It is held on with 4 10mm bolts. Before we get too carried away taking that off, I'm going to take apart this. I'll just take this bracket off here, and I'll get this map sensor. All right, so I got a rag shoved in the intake just so nothing gets in there. So now let's start working on getting some of these vacuum lines and breather lines and evap lines kind of out of the way.
I mean, I've seen vacuum line tools like that. I just wasn't.
Yeah, where's this go? Brake booster's working. So your evap purge line is back here in the back. It's on this kind of bracket that is bolted to the back of the intake. I'll do what I can to get you in there to show you what it's like, but basically I'm going to take it off on that side of the purge valve, and I'm going to disconnect the purge valve and then leave the valve and that little bit of tubing there on the intake. So let me get to that. All right, so there is a bracket that's right here. It feels like a 14 or a 12. So I'll go ahead and take that loose. Is that the only one? Yep. Okay. We'll start getting some of this harness off of this intake manifold. They are 10 millimeters. Go ahead and take off our whatever this valve is here, connector.
Are those oxygen sensor harnesses and brackets?
Yeah, I think you can just take them up though. These O2 brackets, I'm pretty sure that you can just pull up on the connector itself and get them undone. And push those connectors back off of that bracket back there. There's another, some kind of vent switching valve there, and whatever that goes to, and what is that on? Oh, that's on there. Take off whatever this is, knock sensors or injectors or something off of this bracket here. And I think that's it. I think we can start taking the actual intake off now. All right, intake's on with 7 12 millimeter bolts. All right, so our coil connectors appear to have locking tabs on them, so we'll try to get those out without breaking them. Coil bolts are 10 millimeters. Spark plugs are your standard 5/8. Got some anti-seize on the threads of these. Check the gaps, 44 thousandths. Torque spec is 18 foot-pounds. Go ahead and get our new NGK coils in. All right, got a new plenum gasket. Truth be told, you could probably reuse it. It's a metal gasket. Metal gaskets basically don't go bad. So anyway, let's. I want to kind of bungee this thing out of the way, and then we'll get ready to go back on with our intake. All right, go on with our intake. All right, before I get any of these things bolted up, I want to, while I can still wiggle the manifold around, get that bolt started back there in the back. Finger tight for now. Torque spec on the plenum's 18 foot-pounds. I'll go back and snug up that back 12. All right, we'll start getting reassembling some of our stuff over here. All right, now I get working on this this purge line over here. You're not going to be able to see it, I'm sure, but go back on with our throttle body. I ordinarily would clean the throttle body, but I'm guessing this guy really did have this thing apart at some point because it was pretty clean, so I'm not going to mess with it. All right, guys. Luckily for the customer, the coil fixed the cylinder 1 misfire, so they'll be happy about that. This job is really not all that big a deal. You just kind of break it down into little steps. I've taken off way harder intakes to get off than this one. It's not that bad. So parts and labor breakdown. The labor called for like 2.9 for 6 spark plugs. We didn't include anything else for the coils because they're coming out anyway. So parts, the coils, we used NGK coils. They were $96 a piece. The plugs were $16 a piece. the plenum gasket was like $9, and the throttle body gasket was like $7 or $8. So that's that. Anyway, guys, hopefully we earned a thumbs up from you. Let us know what you think down in the comments section. We have new content for you every single week, so consider subscribing to the channel. And with all that being said, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
I'll pick you up at 8. You probably won't be awake. Call yourself an Uber, babe. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
Did you cut one?
Yes, I did. Thank you for noticing. That wasn't me.